So there are a lot of things that have led to this impactful global tech outage that happened on Friday with Crowdstrike. The stock market truly dictates the future of the United States. And I simply say this because in the past few weeks, those of us who day trade or swing trade or who are consistently watching the market have seen how tech stocks had a significant surge. I mean, it was at a point where Nvidia hit 140, Apple was like at $237, Tesla almost hit 270. It was just insane. A lot of people did take profits, including myself, but then I got back in, right? And it was just surging. And of course, we know that there's going to be a drawback, but we did not expect such a drawback. Now, when I say we, I'm saying those of us who are not inside trading or who are not with Wall Street, most retail traders, and just your mom and pop investors. I say this because the buyers came in strong in the past few weeks. And then all of a sudden, it kind of started the week before last and up until Friday, until Crowdstrike situation happened, there was a huge sell-off. It was a sell-off unseen since 2022. Tesla was selling off. Tesla dropped 20 something plus dollars. Nvidia was just dropping. Apple was dropping. AVGO was dropping. I mean, every single stock that was surging drastically, which of course it's the market. That's what happens. We expected when things surge drastically, we will expect a pullback. And I will say when I was evaluating the one-day chart for QQQ, I saw that it was going to hit 483 when it was about to like peak over 503, 504. I knew that we were going to get back down to 483. I even tweeted about it, and within 24 hours, it happened. The point here is that there's always inside trading happening, and there was a significant surge, and people took all of their profits because they saw or they knew or predicted what would happen on Friday due to inside trading. And I truly believe this just because of how high the price target was, the price targets for these specific stocks that have significantly dropped. And all of a sudden, we start seeing a sell-off. Because remember, the stock price only goes down when people are selling. And these prices were dropping from left to right because large institutions that were coming in to buy it, the same institutions that drove the price up, are the same institutions that drove the price down and that have us at our current state now. As I said in my previous video, I'm a true believer that the Crowdstrike global outage was not an accident. I believe that it was planned just based on how, the market structure was in the past 3 to 4 weeks. There's also some short selling happening in these companies. For instance, for DJT, the day before his major speech, a major institution actually shorted DJT, and the very next day the assassination happened, and then that following night DJT stock surged. So of course that institution shorted it, so they didn't make any money. But again, there are things happening within our financial system that's not being talked about enough, and it needs to be exposed to the world. Just thinking about this all weekend because I was really surprised at how everything played out. We're still holding, we're in it. Next week will be different. And here I am making kind of like my version of Hailie Bieber's skin smoothie. I just tweaked the ingredients just a little bit, but I have made it exactly like hers, and it's so good, and I highly recommend. So yeah, that's my little take on the global outage that happened on Friday and just the overall stock market right now, the sentiment we're following with the sell-offs. I truly believe that things are going to be very interesting until elections.